12 minutes after 6 o'clock, well, we had a great chat with Mark Walma earlier this week on the show. Now, Mark, as you may remember, is the author of a new book of children's stories called Abigail Massey at McAdam Station. Now, proceeds from that book are going to help with efforts to restore the train station to its former glory. But doing that interview left us curious about the work that's being done there. So this morning we've reached Gail Swan. She is the president of the McAdam Historical Restoration Commission, and she is on the line from her home in McAdam. Good morning, Ms. Swan. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, we talked to Mr. Walma and we thought, boy, we better find out what's happening with that restoration effort. So where are you with it?
Well, we are coming right along with the restoration project. We have almost the whole main floor completed. I would expect probably it would be another 2 to 4 years before we get the funding to actually complete the whole first floor.
Okay, when you say the first floor is completed, what work has been done?
Well, if you start at the east end of the building, is the express room. That was, of course, room with packages and everything would come in. That room has been completed. The baggage room, the roadmaster's office, Carmen office has been completed as well. Then you go to, there's an area in between that and the main waiting area that is not completed at this time.
Okay, is everything being restored to historically accurate condition, to the way it was when the...
Very, very close to that, yes. The Heritage Branch basically insists on that type of restoration. And we are insisting on it as well. We like to keep it as close as possible to the way it originally was. That's the whole idea, to make this station the way it was.
And how much money has been spent so far?
I would guess approximately about $1.5 million to this point.
And where does that money come from?
The money comes from the federal government, the provincial government, and also from the Heritage Branch.
And do you have a commitment for the rest of the money you'll need to restore the building entirely?
We don't have a commitment as yet, no. we do apply for different grants, and then, of course, it has to go to the government to be funded and to be approved. And we put in for a certain amount of money because we foresee this project will take X amount of dollars to complete. And then they will come back with saying, okay, this is what we can give you to complete this project.
Right. How much more? Sorry.
Sometimes we have to, put forth an equal amount. What they give us, we have to put back in as well. So we have to have a lot of fundraising to do.
What kind of fundraising do you do?
We do all kinds of fundraising. We do catering. We have a very large dining room that holds around 100 people. We can squeeze 110 in. And we cater to birthday parties, anniversary parties, family reunions, graduations. We're, of course, right in the middle of Christmas parties at this time. And we've even had 2 weddings in the last year.
It must be difficult, though, Kevin just raises this point, it must be difficult, though, to keep going to the people of McAdam and surrounding area and saying, okay, we're doing another event, we need more money. Is there a limit to what you can get out of the local community?
We also reach to the surrounding areas as well. One popular event that we have is Railway Pie Sundays. And through July, August, and September, we provide railway pie in the lunch counter, which is on the west end of the building.
What's railway pie?
Railway pie, oh, it is delicious. It is homemade pie, and it can be coconut cream, butterscotch, lemon meringue, key lime. It can be apple and cherry, whatever. And people will come. They come from Moncton. They come from Fredericton. They come from Woodstock, all surrounding areas, just to come and have a slice of railway pie.
And who does all the baking?
We have some local bakers, and they are excellent cooks.
I'll bet they are.
Now, we've also done many other types of things in the station in order to attract people from the surrounding areas. Last year, we had a Cameron King exhibition, and he was a pen and ink drawer, and he drew many steam engines and also diesels as well. And they are magnificent photos or pictures that he has done.
How much more money is needed to finish the project, to finish the restoration?
We don't have an exact number. Let's say ballpark figure 7 to 10 million.
Wow.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
That's a big job.
That also depends on whether we complete the second floor as it originally was, whether we turn it into a hotel again. It was a 5-star hotel in its earlier days.
And what is the likelihood of that happening?
We aren't sure which direction that we are exactly going to take the second floor restoration in. If we restore it to have it viewed for tourism, that type of thing, which means repairing the walls and repairing the floors and putting furniture in it to make it look like a hotel room and the way it was, without the heat, without the plumbing, without the electrical and that type of thing. Of course, the cost wouldn't be as high. A lot of people really enjoy seeing the hotel area in its rustic state the way it was. So we aren't really sure exactly how we were going to go ahead and what we're going to do with the second floor.
But if you did turn it into a place where people could go for, a fine meal, what would that mean to the village of McAdam in terms of employment and the future of the community?
Well, it certainly would. It would change our whole prospect of what we're doing at the station, but it is something that's certainly possible in the foreseeable future. It also would help the village because, as you know, small towns do have problems in surviving, and it would draw probably a different crowd to the building as well.
Where do you find the energy to keep the effort up, to keep this thing going?
I believe it must be a passion. I come from a long line of Canadian Pacific Railway workers. My dad, my grandfather, and even my husband worked for the railway. My father-in-law and his father also worked for the railway. It's in your blood here in McAdam.
Sure.
To support this station and support this building, because when you've grown up in a community like this, it is the focal point of the community.
Well, and anyone who sees that building knows exactly why it's the focal point. Would you personally like to see the second floor turned into a dining area?
It would be the hotel area. It would be amazing if it was.
What's the province doing to help out?
They do help with grants when we apply for those grants, and we get great support from our MLA, and whenever we have anything going on, he's almost always there.
I suppose you fantasize about having a benefactor come by and just drop a couple of $1 million in your pocket.
That's always kind of a joke when we have tourists through, and they can be from anywhere across North America or Europe, and they say, when are you going to finish this hotel upstairs? And I said, whenever you can give us, $5 to $8 million, we'll be just fine, thank you.
What kind of reaction do you get from tourists, people from away, when they see the building?
Oh, they are amazed. Many people come because they know that the building is there, and many are just passing by. And they drive up and they say, we presume this is a railway station. Wow, what a magnificent structure.
Now, Mark Walma, his book is sort of renewing interest in the train station. What's your reaction to that?
We think it's absolutely wonderful. Mark has been just amazing with us. And having this book out there, of course, is going to bring more people to our village and to the railway station. And that's the whole point of doing this. It's a historic building. We want people, around the world to come and visit us. And it is wonderful for him to do that. And we're very thankful that he has chosen us to be his little pet project.
Ms. Swan, pleasure to talk to you on the phone. Best of luck. I'm sure we'll be talking again.
Great. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. Gail Swan is president of the McAdam Historical Restoration Commission. And just a reminder, Mark Walma left us 3 autographed copies of his new book, Abigail Massey at McAdam Station. That would be a great gift for the 12 and under people on your Christmas list. We'll draw for those in our Listener of the Week draw. It's LOTW Friday. We'll be doing that draw right after the 8 o'clock.